Hi Pisces, welcome to your November 2021 Tarot Scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and descendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your before we get into it, your 2022 Tarot Scope is up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. This year I have chosen to charge for them. I apologize for anybody that's disappointed, but I promise you they are totally worth the price. I've put 90, each one of them is literally a minimum of 90 minutes long. Some of them are much longer than that. And I've made them in terms of their pricing super accessible. You get in tarot, astrology, numerology, the whole shebang. So you can get one for $4.99. You can get your sun, moon and descendant for $12.97, or you can get the entire bundle of all 12 for $24.99. So I think that's a pretty good deal. All right. So for your November of 2021, that card seems to want out. For your actions and options, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Funny, because Aquarius had the same card in the same position, and what I said to them was, this is a month where you're going to have to exercise some form of patience. This tells me that there is progress happening for you over the course of this month, but it's not progress that's immediate. The rewards or the fruits of this month are going to come over time, so give it time. All right, don't stress yourself out or make yourself agitated or angry. And the reason I say this is that suggests to me that there is movement here, and maybe something that you've put your time, your effort, your energy and your resources into is not quite giving the results in the time frame that you would like. This month actually is a month of consistency for you, right? So this is where you're having to really settle into this idea of what it means to be consistent, and where it is that you're going to find that that energy of consistency, right? So this is really, really important for you, Pisces. This is a month where your actions have to reflect the things that you want. So this is, like all the great, coaches and gurus say about your habits and what you do on a day-to-day level. It really is true. But this month you're finding this out and you're putting it into practice at an experiential level. This is about how you do this, right? And it's going to be unique to every single one of you. The other thing that shows up here for you in this card as well, there's an element here where you're starting to consider your finances, your money and your resources in very different ways. This could literally be, maybe you're saying, you know what, I want to start becoming an investor. I want to start putting some money in stocks and shares. I want to start doing stuff with crypto. Like whatever it is, it's like you're looking at ways to improve your financial lot that are very different to what you've done up until now. For your money and materials, you have the Lovers card, right? So there's going to be some choices that will need to be made this month, right? So when it comes to your finances, your money, your materials, one way that this could show up for those of you that have partners or relationships, this could be you and your partner maybe are mixing your finances. Maybe there's something that you are both paying into this month. Maybe there's something that you're deciding, maybe you're moving in together. Maybe you're deciding to buy a house together. Maybe you are deciding to start a business together. There's something, for those of you that are in couples, you're pooling the resources this month. Now, for those of you that are single, and for those of you that are partnered, there is a financial decision that will need to be made this month. Remember, the Lovers card isn't just about love, it's also about choice. And I got to be honest with you, when it comes to finances, it looks like, because you've got the Seven of Pentacles there, It's like there's something that you want to do for your financial future, and then you've got this drain on your resources. So is there someone in your life that you're constantly having to bail out? Is there someone in your life that you're constantly having to throw money at, or burn money, as they say, like, you know, for whether this is your children, whether this is like, this month you're going to have to find suitable alternatives, or you're going to have to put something in place where you say, actually, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't, or I won't do this anymore. So really potent stuff. I'm quite intrigued by this, actually. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, you've got this next to the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you could be doing work on the home that you live in a gardening sense. Maybe you are you know, maybe you're adding things to the garden, maybe you're clearing the garden, maybe you're doing the winter or the summer clean, depending on where you are in the world. There's something about this where you're improving your environment through that. But because you've got the Lovers card here and it's Gemini ruled, this month just be careful with your arms, your hands and your fingers, right? Your upper extremities. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ten of Wands. This is nice. You've got this right next to the Lovers card. I actually think that this is going to be, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is another job offer. Now, what I can't tell from this, just from these cards, is whether this is an in-house job offer or whether it's one that comes from external. I do see a lot of you having conversations this month where you're saying, look, you know what, I've been offered another job. I like where I'm at. Can you match the salary and the responsibility? Yes or no? If no, I'm going to walk. If yes, then I will stay put. There are some interesting conversations and developments over the course of this month. And for those of you that are, especially Pisces ascendants, to a lesser degree the sun, to a lesser degree than that the moon, but for those of you, for all of you actually, because there's going to be an eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on December 4th, the last eclipse in that bunch of signs for the, you know, for the next 19 years actually, or 8-9 years depending actually, because the next time we come around into that, it will be the opposite way round. But long story short, you got, you know, it's a long time. The reason I say this is because that Pisces energy carries the energy of your 10th house. So this is all to do with your career. So this kind of feels like this is the, whatever happens with work this month is the prelude to what's going to be initiated in December. So pay attention to this. Now, when it comes to communications, this could be a tricky month, right? The Ten of Wands in terms of communication suggests that there's somebody else talking over you, shouting you down. Maybe you're doing those things to somebody. This is a lot of communication and not easy communication at that. So just be careful this month, right? You've got to do as much listening as you do talking. And if it's the other way around, then maybe you have to do just as much talking as you do listening. This is one of those times where whatever your default is, if your default is to talk too much or to talk over people or to shout over people, you're going to have to find a way to do the opposite. If your default is to clam up and just stay quiet and, you know, do nothing or say nothing in the background, you're going to have to find a way to speak up. All right. That default setting this month, you're going to be, it's like shooting yourself in the foot. All right. You got to find a way to get around it. When it comes to your, I think that's enough. Work, communications, yeah. All right. For your love and relations, you've got the 10, no, not the 10, you've got the Sun card, right? Look at that, beautiful. So whatever happens with work, whatever challenges arise for you this week, what do we say about the Sun? It enhances the blessings and it diminishes the challenges. So this Sun card, is shining a light on basically everything in your world. And so for those of you that are single, You could definitely be meeting someone this month. I mean, with the Sun card, it's likely to be somebody that is from a foreign country, maybe from a very different background, maybe a different religious background. There's a sense here that whoever you're meeting, whoever you're connecting with, they are very different from you. Maybe somebody younger, because the Sun card carries a very youthful energy. Maybe somebody that's a lot of fun, somebody that's really vibrant, maybe somebody that makes you feel really good. For some of you, this could be somebody that you meet through work, but not for all of you. And then for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, because you've got this right next to the Ten of Wands, this could be that some of you are kind of saying, okay, are we ready? Are we ready to move now? Are we ready to go to the next place? Are we there yet? Do you know what I mean? Like there's some change that's coming to the relationship. And for those of you that are in that place and wanting to be in that place, this is a great month to conceive. All right, so for your first week of the month, you have the Lovers card, right? So there's a double hit of the Lovers card energy this month. So exercise patience when it comes to partnerships, connections, relationships, etc. There is blessings here. There is connections to come, right? But like I said, you're going to have to exercise patience. You're going to have to really think about what it is that you're doing, and more importantly, where it is that you're putting your resources, your time, your money, your effort, your consciousness, your focus, your attention. All of it is a form of currency. How you spend that currency is going to be really, really important to look at. Now, for a lot of you, the relationship that is on the horizon may come with some need for patience. Maybe this person doesn't live close, and so you have to find a way around how you feel about that. Maybe this person has just come out of a relationship, and so, you know, they really like you, but they want to move slow because they want to be sure. And you're like, no, I'm ready now. You know, take your time. You've got time. For your second week of the month, you have your card as a Pisces. So the moon card represents the sign of Pisces, but it's underneath the Lovers card and right next to the Lovers card. So for a select few of you, this could be conversations with an ex, maybe reconnection with an ex. Not all of you, but for some. One way that this could show up though, a Gemini person might feature for you around your finances or have something to do with the way that your resources are at this moment in time. And then finally, because you've got the moon card, and it's where we're not seeing things clearly, and you've got this next to the Lovers card twice, and this suggests to me that there is a decision to make on a financial level this month. It may not necessarily be an easy one, especially if you are having to cut someone off. It might be a realization that you have, wow, you know what, I've been paying for this, or I've been putting money into that, and this is not actually where it's going. So there's a big question mark around money this month. For your third week of the month, you have the Emperor card. Conversations with a boss, big talks with a boss. For some of you, this is career promotions and advancement. For some of you, this is literally new work, right? The Ten of Wands is literally somebody carrying sticks from one place to another. And very often it can signify or symbolize a move of sorts. You add to this then the Emperor, who is usually your boss. There are big considerations around the career this month. Like whatever you're doing, like I said, I feel like this is just a prelude energy. And then for your fourth week of the month, you've got the Death card. So this, I mean, it's underneath the sun. Remember, whatever the sun touches, it enhances your blessings, it diminishes the challenges. For those of you that are single, maybe somebody that you had wanted to date but didn't quite get, you know, maybe it didn't get off the ground, could be coming back, and it's like you see them with newfound eyes, or maybe they see you with newfound eyes. For those of you that are partnered or married or in long-term commitments, maybe you are deciding that actually, you know what, we'd put plans for a family, we'd put plans for a home or for moving or whatever on hold, and now we're moving ahead with them. So it's going to be an interesting one, and that fourth week of the month is a bit sketchy for everyone, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up as we get into Sagittarius season. So for the new moon in Scorpio, you have the gate 51 and shock. And I don't know why, but I've got this feeling that this is to do with your money or your finances. There's something here where when it comes to your finances or your money, especially around the time of that Scorpio new moon, there's going to be something that comes up that makes you go, whoa, I really just did not see that coming. I didn't see that, or I didn't expect to see that. Remember, this shock card is basically the Tower card, right? So just be prepared and be aware. For your full moon in the sign of Taurus, now this is a full moon lunar eclipse. This is a big deal because it kicks off the Scorpio, the Taurus and Scorpio eclipses that are going to be taking place for the next 18 months, right? So this is a huge deal. It's the first one in the cycle. You've got the gate 33 and looking back, right? Now I see this card as a grand reveal of some sort. So I'm sorry to say, my dear Pisces, but it does look like there's going to be a few grand reveals over the course of this month. I think anything that you didn't know that may have been in the background, that may have been in the shadows, that may have been shaping up or taking place without you really noticing, this month you're going to see all of it, right? So it's like everything's just going to be laid bare for you. And actually that could be a very good thing, right? This could be a very illuminating month. So it'll be interesting to see how it shows up. Let me know in the comments how it does. Take care, and I'll see you soon.